My name is Nick Bracero, head chef here at the National in Cullman. I've been working in restaurants for pretty much my entire life, but only actually focusing on the cooking part for the last 10 years roughly. Been at the National since May when it opened up. 10 years ago, I started working at Designs by Grace Catering with Mike and Judy Pitts. I learned a lot from them. It started off just working in the kitchen alongside Judy, and then that evolved into helping her with the bigger events like weddings and retirement parties and things like that. The first time that someone came up to me at the end of one of the parties and talked about how great the food was, and then thanked us for making that night special and memorable for them. And at that point I was hooked. I knew that I wanted to cook for people for my future. It's not just putting food on a plate, you're a part of something. And that was really special for me. If I wasn't in the kitchen with Judy, then I was with Mike, learning about the business side of it, learning about just positive thinking and faith in general. The impact that it had on me in the future, I didn't realize it at the time how much of an impact it had on me until I was at other jobs and I was doing things that Mike and Judy had taught me, and it became second nature to me. I think that's the reason that I've been able to succeed in this line of work, is because of what they've taught me. After I left Designs by Grace Catering, I went to 412. Never really worked on a line before. Anytime that I was in the kitchen washing dishes, I was asking Chef Rico or Chef Sarah or Kyle, teach me something, show me what they were doing. Anything. I mean, I was just wanting to learn so much, and they were very helpful. A few months later, COVID happened, so went and got a job at Walmart distribution, order filling. It was rough. I had worked at Walmart before, but I don't think that I couldn't have done anything else, and I was never going to be happy not being in the kitchen. So right after COVID was when Ron Faust out at Stonebridge was starting ledgers. At the time, I didn't know Ron. I knew of Stonebridge from working at Designs by Grace Catering, and so I went out there for a job just as a line cook. Some things happened with the chef that was there, and I was there for 2 weeks, and Ron asked me if I want to run the kitchen down there and be his head chef. Now, at the time, I had never written a menu, written a recipe, created a recipe. Everything I had done was with Judy or with Rico or with Sarah. I had never done any of that stuff on my own. With Ron's help, we wrote a menu and created all these dishes. I get my first truck in, and then that's when I realized that I've got to cut my own steak. I've got to cut my own fish. I mean, I had never done that before. I had my laptop set up, going on YouTube, and how to break down a red snapper, how to cut a beef tenderloin. Looking back on it, I mean, there were so many people that I was showing how to do these things that I had just taught myself 2 hours earlier. But the more I did it, the more comfortable I felt doing it. I was there for 2 years, and we did fairly well during those 2 years. I made the decision to leave Ledger's. I feel like I had kind of reached my peak. Went back to 412 as the head chef there, and I was there for 5 months. The National was getting ready to open. They had things in the works here. With all the knowledge that Michael has, the ideas that he has, different things that I've seen on videos, cooking shows, in cookbooks. With his help, we're going to be able to do those things that you see in Birmingham and Huntsville and so many good restaurants and good chefs in Cullman, that it's finding that the things that people will like. His vision for this place is to be something unique. My favorite dish to cook is shrimp and grits. I had never even had it before I made it for the first time. I have no idea why I wanted to make it, decided to make it, but it was the first ever recipe that I made, where I cut the bacon, cut the sausage, cut bell peppers, onions, all of it. And so if you're ever in Cullman, driving through Cullman, just come stop by the National. Let us cook for you. Open for dinner Wednesday through Saturday, and lunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got an outdoor seating area that's heated. Anyone you want to bring, we'll have them.